blah, blah, blah. Look, lady, I will not leave this plane until you guys hear what I have to say because Rampage Jackson is being an absolute moronic, terrible father. He's not taking accountability. Well, of course. And I want to say this, Rampage Jackson, he is the biggest, he is the filthiest, he is the stinkiest, absolute mother effing.
Wow. I just had a terrible dream that I was the Burger King hack. What the
Now I'm upset with Psycho Stu because he didn't come out and say, "Oh, whoa, yeah, what Roger did was up," but he didn't sneak in the ring and do this. The staged. That's all he had to say to get some of these racist ass motherfuckers out of my DM.
Rampage Jackson is an absolute moron. He's an absolute empty-headed, dumb fuck because Rampage Jackson is doing a lot of things. He's saying a lot of things. He's putting out a lot of things. He's yapping in interviews. This guy, I don't know if, whatever happened to Psycho Stu, whatever brain damage, of course, God forbid, right? God's willing, Psycho Stu has no brain damage, but whatever, damage Psycho Stu suffered to his head, it's like it transferred to Rampage's head. I just don't understand. Because the thing is, I'm a fan of Rampage Jackson. I think we all are, but I think we can all admit he's not making the right choices. He's not saying the right things. He's not making the right choices. He's not saying the right things. That's a better way of using my words, my English language words that I can barely speak, even though I've been living in this country for almost 40 years. Yes, I am almost 40 years old, believe it or not. Anyway, so this was an Instagram post that Rampage put out about a few days ago at this point, at the time of this recording. So he says, "This has gone too far. I'm sick of being quiet and letting all the low IQ people fall for clickbait. Yes, my son took things too far, and I'm pissed at him for being a piece of shit and the way he handled it. But if Psycho Stu wasn't drunk and wouldn't have hit my son over the head with a real beer can while he was live streaming on his own stream, then Knox wouldn't have felt like they had to make things right." So he's kind of putting the blame on Stu, and, we're going to get to that in a little bit, where he says Psycho Stu should have took some accountability, because it's not like, he was the victim in this, right? He was actually nonetheless, can't take accountability. You can't take accountability, Rampage, and your son, I don't even know what's going on with Raja Jackson. I mean, he's just, so he says, if my son would have just went to the police when the beer can incident happened, then the whole event could have got shut down and he could have sued. Yeah, well, your son did accept Stu's apology, and he accepted the event's apology for Stu's actions, and your son said he understood. Again, I am putting the events at fault a little bit. I don't think they could have got sued necessarily for some influencer walking up to this event. I'm not sure. But yeah, again, putting the blame on the event, putting the blame on fucking Psycho Stu, when, look, of course, mainly the event. I think the biggest issues here is Raja and then this Knox Pro fucking company. They're the biggest problems in this situation. I think Psycho Stu really didn't do much wrong. Yes, he crushed a can of beer on his head, barely. And Rampage, he even said yeah, it was a gimmicked can, or he knew how to do it in a very wrestler-like way, it didn't really hurt at all. But he says the whole event could have got shut down. He could have sued, but no, my son is not as smart as I'd like for him to be. Now my son is not as smart as I'd like him to be. Now my family and I are getting racist threats because of all the misinformation being posted, so content creators can get paid from my viewers. People actually think my son just snuck in a ring in front of a live audience and picked Psycho Stu up without permission to be there. I don't care if you said he could do it. I don't care if the police said he could do it. I don't care if John Cena said he could do it. He still did it. Even if the event said, yeah, you can get your receipt. Even then, I don't think they expected him to go in the ring and slam the guy in his head and hit him with 30 unanswered shots. Maybe they probably just thought he would just punch him at most. At most. You know what I mean? But, people are actually thinking my son snuck in. Get smart, people. It was staged. But Raja took it too far. Now, it could have been staged from a perspective of maybe the event knew, or maybe some people within the event knew. Obviously, they told Raja hey, we can make this into a storyline, because obviously they want the attention just as much as seemingly Raja did, because he obviously, I think a part of why he did it was definitely for attention, or definitely for earning people's respect. And for his dad not calling him a bitch because I'm tired of people calling me a bitch is like specifically what he said. And I definitely think they did it, because they knew it would get attention. They knew it could go viral. But I'm not sure they expected you to do that, Raja Jackson. I'm sorry. I just can't really believe that. I highly doubt someone told him he could do all that. Even if they said, yeah, you can get your quote-unquote revenge. There's levels, man. There's levels. It was staged, but Raja took it too far. He only shook his hand and accepted Psycho Stu's drunken apology because they said he could get in the storyline. Also, you are aware that he accepted his apology, but now it's a drunken apology. I don't care if he was drunk, high, on crack, cocaine, or meth. What's with these like excuses, man? Even if he was drunk, he still apologized. Wow, he was drunk and was smarter than the 25-year-old sober Raja, the vegan Raja Jackson. I know he hates that, so I had to throw that one in there. He hates being called a vegan. But, wow, he was drunk and he's like he suffers from like PTSD and shit, and he still had the wherewithal to like actually apologize and to admit that he was wrong. He was told he could fuck him up. Doesn't matter. Hey, Rampage, if I tell you, hey, there's a lady on the side of the road, just kidnap her and take her to your house and just do things to her. Like, if I said you could do that, you going to do that? They said he could do it. They said he could fuck him up. Even then, there's levels. I don't think they literally were like, yeah, kill the guy. Yeah, murder the guy. Just murder him. Just murder Psycho Stu. Yeah, we'll let you. Yeah, we love that idea. I think by fuck him up, they meant like, all right, maybe throw some like little fake little punches, even if they looked a bit real. Throw some to the body, maybe. We've seen that before. Like I've seen, of course, Chael, and I did a video on this. Chael compared it to like, when Floyd Mayweather broke the Big Show's nose in WWE. Yeah, one punch, he broke the Big Show's nose, and then like, that was it. And I believe they also preemptively agreed that he could actually punch him for real. That's a whole different thing. Getting your nose broken is not the same as getting your face broken like Psycho Stu had. I have witnesses that say this isn't the first time. Now, we're going to zoom out here because he's got a whole wall of text here. But I got witnesses that say that Psycho Stu had done some drunk shit backstage to a fan. Okay? Now we have the backstory that my son attacked an innocent military vet with PTSD like my son knew everything about the man. Okay, look. Obviously, Raja didn't know necessarily who Psycho Stu... I mean, he says it in the clip. I don't know who you are, Psycho Stu. Obviously, he didn't know who Psycho Stu was, but... Come on. It doesn't... Like, what are these... Again, that Psycho Stu had done some drunk shit backstage to a fan. So apparently, maybe Psycho Stu, like, bullied a fan or something. I don't know. What is he? He's just trying to like diminish Psycho Stu to just make what his son did look like less worse or just not look as bad. It's just not working in my opinion. I think Rampage should just be quiet, first of all. I should have said that from the beginning. Rampage, shut the fuck up. Why do you keep tweeting? Why do you keep putting out Instagram comments and Instagram posts and talking in interviews for an hour with Ariel Helwani? Shut up, bro. Haven't your lawyers told you to be quiet? Like, my son knew everything about the man that came up from behind him and hit him, then asked him to sell it. Yeah, he asked him to sell it because he's a wrestler. And he didn't really ask him to sell it. He was like, are you going to sell it? Not, hey, fucking sell it. He was like, are you going to sell it? Like, I just hit you over the head with a freaking beer can. I'm a wrestler. You usually are supposed to act like you got hit here. Like, this is the... I don't even know. Look, if Psycho Stu is drunk, obviously, it's a bit of an issue. And it doesn't necessarily look good for him. I mean, even the canned stuff doesn't look good for him. But at the same time, like, this is all nullified because Psycho Stu apologized and Raja accepted it. You know? So he says, I have other kids to protect and I don't take kindly to threats. I'm not scared of prison or dying for my kids. And calling me names won't hurt my feelings. Well, obviously it does hurt your feelings because you won't shut up about it. Now, I think, and I should have said this earlier, I think it is wrong to go into Rampage's DMs and call him the N-word and stuff, right? Like, I think that's pretty obvious, right? Like, I'm not condoning that, condemning that. We could make jokes and we could put certain hats on, but at the end of the day, that's pretty obviously jokes and it's entertainment. But like legitimately going to his DMs like, hey, you stupid monkey, blah, blah. Like, you know, whatever they're saying. Hey, you blah, 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 blah. That's weird. That's disgusting. That's wrong. You know? So obviously we don't know the extent of these quote unquote racist DMs. They could literally just be normal DMs though. You got to remember that. They could literally just be like, hey, you're a bad dad, retard, lol, laughing emoji. And he could be like getting super offended by just normal DMs. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is getting racist DMs because at the end of the day, like he's pissed off like MAGA people. He's pissed off like a bunch of white people. So I don't take kindly to threats. My son should face the consequences for going too far. He knows better. That's why he didn't tell me anything about the storyline. But Psycho Stu was lucky I wasn't there when he hit my son. Whoa, whoa. You hear that? Psycho Stu was, I mean, right there. Right there, man. And I don't even know exactly what he means by that. Oh, where does Raja get it from? Bingo, bingo, bingo. Oh, no, you can't blame Rampage. I am going to put the guy to blame because he just said right here, yeah, well, if I was there, you know, Psycho Stu was lucky I wasn't there that day. Oh, so you would have done the same thing your son would have done. No impulse control. No control over your emotions over a fucking beer can. Come on. The day after he got a concussion from sparring, the day before. So yeah, obviously Raja was concussed, which actually could help his case. I've spoken about this. That could help his case legally. Don't worry, guys. I'm a lawyer. Trust me. But I wouldn't have cared if a bunch of pro wrestlers would have jumped me. I'm a father first. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like again. Oh no, Rampage is not at fault. No. Oh, Rampage. Oh, why are you talking about that? Oh, the situation already happened. Who cares? Dude, stop milking it. And to be honest, this will probably be the last. What am I saying? To be honest, this will probably be the last video I do on it. Unless something really crazy happens. But it's just like, bro, digging yourself into a hole. I said digging, okay? No, shout to Dig, one of my boys. Digging yourself into a hole deeper and deeper and deeper. No Jones. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Let's all learn a lesson. Keep your damn hands to yourself. Come on, man. Come on, bruh. If you get paid to do fake fighting, don't disrespect people that do this shit for real. Like, it's just like, now it's a whole different art. Now you're just like shitting on like wrestlers now. Like, what is that? That has nothing to do with your son borderline murdering somebody. Nothing to do with anything, bro. Let's all learn a lesson. Keep your hands to yourself. Because crushing a shitty beer can over someone's head and it barely did any damage. At most, it was embarrassing. That was the worst of it. It was a bit embarrassing for Raja. But other than that, it was painless. But now it's, if you get paid to do don't fake fight. But what the fuck, bro? Keep your hands to your damn self. You get paid to do fake fighting. Shut the fuck up, man. And then we can react to this. So it kind of like he almost corroborates what he said about fucking zoom out. He corroborates what he said. I'm trying to zoom out here. Technical difficult. Okay, we're here. So this was on the Ariel Hawani pod. And he's basically almost like doubling down on what you just read and what we just read out on Psycho Stu. And I just don't really understand now. He's just kind of taking his anger out on Psycho Stu. I'm kind of like, I'm kind of confused almost by this. Not almost. I am pretty confused by this because, I don't know. Let's just react.
You know, where would we be if Roger would have killed that man? Where would we be? Thank God Psycho Stu.
You tell me, Rampage. You tell me. You tell me. You're the one that's like, oh, keep your hands to yourself and blah, blah, blah. And if I was there that day, you tell me, Rampage.
You know what I'm saying? Pull through. You know, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I stopped listening to the attorneys. I got really upset with all the death threats and all this stuff. And I wanted Psycho Stu to tell his part that my son did not sneak up on him. And I never heard him say that. So now I'm upset.
Brother, Psycho Stu's got a broken face. And he was in a coma for days. His teeth were missing. His face was all... Come on, bruh. You wanted him to make a statement while he was on his fucking borderline deathbed? Just because I'm getting some mean comments and some... That does not compare to what he was going through during those days. Oh, but I'm getting some death threats. Oh, big whoop, man. I'm sorry. Poor baby. What are you being? You're acting like John Jones now. All gay and shit. Look, I said it's not right that people are sending him racist threats and death threats. But come on, bro. It's like... Oh, Psycho Stu should have said something to make me feel better. It's like, it's not about you. It's about him. It's about Psycho Stu.
Now I'm upset. Now I'm upset with Psycho Stu because he didn't come out and say, oh, whoa. Yeah, what Roger did was fucked up. But
The motherfucker was on his deathbed. The guy was in the hospital. No, I'm upset at Psycho Stu. The guy that's like literally like teeth missing. You can see in the picture. I think this was the recent picture. Teeth missing, like jaws probably fractured or so. Who knows his injuries? I don't know the exact extent of his injuries, but I definitely can guarantee that they're not pretty. They're not pretty, man. But you want him to put out a statement to make you feel better? And you don't think his lawyers are telling him the same thing that they were telling you? Your lawyers are telling you to shut the fuck up. You're obviously not listening. I guarantee you they're telling him not to say too much, which is very smart on his part. I don't understand. I just don't understand. How are you turning it on him now?
Didn't sneak in the ring and do this. This shit was staged. That's all he had to say to get some of these racist ass motherfuckers out of my DMs. Hey.
That doesn't like, I'm sorry. Look, oh my God, this is like, I feel like I'm like condemning, I guess is the word, or I'm like excusing the racist DMs. But I'm just gonna say this because trust me, I've gotten racist comments from Dagestanis telling me to keep working in the fields and calling me I can't even say the word, but it's bean and then ER. You know, if you know, you know. You know? Oh, you Mexican, go back to me. I'm not even Mexican. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've all been given racist comments and said racist things. I remember this one time I walked past a white dude and he whispered like a racist term to me. Like, come on. And I understand, like, that doesn't compare to, like, probably the hundreds of thousands of comments Rampage is receiving or the hundreds of thousands of DMs Rampage is receiving. But at the end of the day, you're not the victim here, man. It's the guy that almost died. I'm sorry. It just is. It's not about you. It's not about your situation. It's not a pity party for Rampage and Raja. Nobody gives a fuck, honestly. It's not about you guys. It's about Stu. Psycho Stu. It's not about you two. It's not about you specifically.
He's seeing all this shit, how it fucking blew up and stuff like that. He should at least said something.
Okay.
What the fuck could he say when he was in the hospital, you dumb fuck? You dumb fuck. You dumb, retarded fuck. You empty-headed dumb fuck. You coconut fucking headed You retard. You retard. You're retarded. Retarded. You are dumb. Yeah, he should have said something, man. When he was in the hospital on his deathbed and his fucking teeth were missing and his jaw was broken and his family was crying, well, they didn't know if he was going to wake up or not. And he was almost dead. Oh my, he should have really said something, man. Because some people called me the N-word in my DMs. Because that definitely compares to Psycho Stu almost dying in front of it. Come on, bro. Shut the fuck up. Who gives a fuck that you receive some mean comments? Boo-hoo, motherfucker. Everyone does. This is the real world. Like, shut the fuck up. You act like you've never been famous in your life.
Take some accountability. Like, honestly...
No, you take some accountability. You and Raja take some accountability. You dumb father. You idiot of a father. You failure of a father. And your failure of a son. You suck. You suck and he sucks. And he's going to be sucking cock in prison too, hopefully. Wow, that's insane. I can't believe I just said that.
None of this shit ever would have happened if Psycho Stu never hit my son on the back of the head with a fucking can that they was drinking beer out of and then grabbed him by the fucking neck, asked him to fucking sell it. If that shit never...
Grabbed him by the neck. He barely touched him, man. And the can barely hurt. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. None of this would have happened if he like lightly tapped a cannon on his head and like put his arm around his shoulder. None of this would have happened. My son would have now almost murdered this guy if he just... Come on. And remember, guys, if somebody flicks you on the arm, it gives you an excuse to slam them on their head and murder them. That's what Rampage thinks. Keep your hands to yourself. That's what he said. So if your grandma is going in for a hug, hey, I haven't seen you, Sonny, in 30 years, and she goes in for a hug, slam her on her head. Because keep your hands to yourself, Granny. Don't touch me. That's what Rampage thinks. Keep your hands to yourself. A shitty little beer can is equivalent to murder. I know he didn't murder him, but he was right there. He was pretty close. He was very close.
What happened? None of this shit never happened. And the promoters was wrong for putting an outsider inside of motherfucking pro wrestling.
Yeah, I agree. The promoters and the promotion are wrong. They're going to get sued out the wazoo. I think apparently WWE cut ties with them. Good. I'm just going to play this clip. I'm not going to even say anything.
Hey,
yo.
Did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights?
You said what?
Your stream, you was hugging on a dude in some damn tights.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Man, you shut the fuck up. I looked at your stream, nigga, you were hugging on some dude some...
Okay, I said I wasn't going to say anything. I can't hold it in. First of all, like, just that right there. I understand father-son dynamics. A bit loose with the mouth, pause, no Jones, some curse words back and forth. Now, of course, he reacted to the Psycho Stu. This was before the Psycho Stu slam, but this was after Psycho Stu had crushed a can on Roger, whatever the fuck. And so he said, hey, I heard you got jumped by some guy, whatever the fuck, right? Let's keep going.
Some booty shorts.
I wasn't fucking hugging on nobody.
I saw you hugging on your coach.
Sexual fantasy. You need to stop that shit.
No, I don't got no sexual. I'm not around a bunch of dudes with some damn
I'm at a fucking pro wrestling show. Exactly. Watch. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Straight up. How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question. I don't.
How many subs to knock him out? Like, you think this is gonna look good? Oh, yeah, but the wrestling promotion said he could do all this. Yeah, they told him to ask his chat how many subs to knock out Psycho Stu, or they told him to read a comment. Come on.
I'm gonna fake crash out. All right, bet. You about to see how fake of a crash out I am.
Look at the comments getting to this guy. Bro, it just runs in the blood, I guess. It runs in the family for these two, man. Just easily got into by mean words. Oh, you're some fat troll in the comment. Oh, you're a fake crash out. And that really gets to you? So where you have to prove to that one guy in your fucking stupid kick chat that you're not a fake crash out? What are we doing here? You're a grown-ass man.
Now I get a chance to get in the ring and do this and do some shit to him. Exactly. People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's a fucking game. Straight up, bro.
We don't need to react to that. But you get the fucking point. You understand my point. So obviously, even Rampage was egging him on. I've never seen that clip. So unless that's out of context or that's a different clip, he was egging on his own son. Overall, Rampage Jackson must be stopped. He's a terrible dad. He's a terrible human being. He's an empty-headed dumb fuck. He's retarded. He's anything you can think of, except the N-word. Don't call him that. That's mean. If you call him that, then he's going to go on a podcast and make it all about himself and say, you know what? Well, Psycho Stu should come out and apologize because I'm getting mean words in my DMs. So somehow that's like Psycho Stu's fault. This guy's retarded. Like, what do you want me to say? Rampage Jackson must be stopped. And fuck the Dagestanis. I'm kidding. I just wanted to throw it in there. Fuck John Jones. I'm not kidding about that one. Like, comment, share, sub. If you guys keep supporting me, I can keep paying for my haircuts. As you see, I got a haircut. Let's go. So, yeah, anyway, see you guys. Peace.